Hey, good morning, everybody. I was asked to bring today's devotion, and I want to focus on some basketball news of the sorts. Um, there's a guy by the name of Joseph LaCobb. He happens to be the majority owner of the Golden State Warriors. Um, Joe bought the team, or his ownership group bought the team in 2009 and 2010 in that season. And at the press conference, he has a quote that's, sticks out to me, and it's kind of an inspiration of somewhat. Uh, it says, the Celtics and the Lakers both have fantastic histories, but there's no reason why our organization can't be as good as theirs. This speaks volumes because in 2009 and 2010, the Golden State Warriors went a, nearly a league worse 26 and 56. In 2010, 2011, the Golden State Warriors went, I think it was 36 and 46. So not as bad as the year previously, but definitely not anywhere close to good. Um, as we all know, last season in the 2014-2015 season, the Golden State Warriors won the NBA championship, and their regular season record was a league best 67 and 15. Now, this whole story is inspiring to me. Specifically, the quote's inspiring to me because the ownership group bought the team um, in shambles, but was committed from the very beginning, not just to make it profit bearing, but also to make it a dynasty of somewhat. You know, the ownership group also established some core values, and the core values are basically what I want to focus on. In the core values that they established, they focus on four things: competition, compassion, mindfulness, and joy. When you think about compassion, or when you think about competition, you, I think about rivalry. But as I was meditating on this, it's not necessarily the rivalry against an opponent, but more so a rivalry against yourself. Sort of like the spirit versus the flesh, competing in your spirit to beat your flesh. And I'm not talking about a carnal way necessarily where it comes to lust or anything like that, but I'm talking about um, ambition. I'm talking about drive. I'm talking about success. I'm talking about when you set a goal for yourself and going for that goal, or determining within yourself that where you have already been, you will go further than that. That's the sense of competition. And I believe this is also a type of competition that the Warriors organization kind of had in mind as well. That they're not just so committed about beating the other team on the floor, but they want to beat their prior performances, their prior showings. The next core value of compassion, I believe, kind of focuses on the ability or the intent to help somebody, even knowing that that person or that situation cannot help you back. So, lending a hand, even though that that person will never, or most likely will not be in a situation to return the favor, you still make it your business to help them out. Um, the third core value is mindfulness. And when I think about mindfulness, I think about intentionality, being committed to a set of steps or a certain process to see it through to the finish in order to get that result. But also, mindfulness, I feel, comes a lot or deals a lot with faith. So we're talking about competition in the spirit versus the flesh. We're talking about compassion to lend a helping hand even when the favor won't be returned to you. And we're talking about intentionality to have faith that the process will work out, even though you don't know how. And then the last core value is joy. Joy, of course, is not happiness because happiness is based on what's happening. But joy is that deeper sense of fulfillment, or that deeper sense of hope that uh, you are okay just where you are. And I feel that we can find joy knowing that we have Jesus Christ at the center of whatever situation or at our very core. Now, I don't think it's an irony that the Golden State Warriors, became a success on the backs of the Celtics and the Lakers, especially as the Golden State Warriors rose in notoriety. The Celtics and the Lakers have declined in notoriety and wins and losses as well. I don't think it's ironic, and I don't think it's a coincidence either. I don't think that, uh, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and the rest of the team are overnight successes. There's a lot of seeds that were planted in the ground that no one saw, but they knew that the growth was coming. They knew that the sprout was coming, and they stayed true to the process. Now, I just want to use this as an example for our own lives. I want to use this as an example for our own homes. I want to use it as an example for our own church, and also, most importantly, for our own ministry, for NYI. Because these core values, the sense of them, the deeper value of them, goes core to the young people that we work for, the young people that we serve. So this morning, I just want to inspire you not to quit on yourself, not to quit on the ministry. I want to inspire you to have compassion for the young people that we work with. I want you to be mindful, have faith that even though it won't happen overnight, and even though it doesn't seem as anything is happening at all, to be mindful that the process will work itself out for good. And then lastly, to find joy in that we are not working in vain, to find joy that we're doing this work for a higher calling, for a higher purpose, for a higher kingdom in the seeds that will be planted on behalf of these young people. There are two verses that I kind of like went through and found for this purpose. And the first verse is Proverbs 16, chapter 16, verse 3. Proverbs 16, verse 3. And it says, "Commit your work to the Lord, and your plans will succeed." And the second scripture verse is, "Be at rest once more, O my soul, for the Lord has been good to you." And that comes from Psalm 116, verse 7. And I want to leave you with a quote. It's another quote. I love quotes, but this quote is by far one of my favorites. And it says, "Yes, progress is slow. The process is slow, but quitting won't speed it up." I pray that you have a blessed day today, and I pray that these words will resonate with you. God bless you.